So, Mrs. Michelle Obama, there's some news that came out about her that she is still, and I would say, salty about the 2016 election. Mrs. Obama stated that she was upset with black voters. Actually, use the word upset because Donald Trump was elected back in 2016. She said that it took some energy to go high, and we were exhausted from it because when you are the first black anything, she said. So the day I left the White House, and I write about how painful it was to sit on that inauguration stage, he said a lot of our folks didn't vote. It was almost like a slap in the face. That's what Mrs. Obama has stated. Now, Mrs. Obama, like I said, I'm going to speak to you very respectfully. I will do that because, like I say, you're elder to me, and also, the position of you being the first black, first lady of the United States. Mrs. Obama, I mean, I have an issue with that statement. I'm just being completely honest with you, Mrs. Obama, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's go back to the election of your husband because I remember that day. Let's go back to the time that when your husband was running and your husband said hope and change. And the message that we received as a black community was, okay, we was going through a recession. The housing crisis happened. We were paying $3 or more for regulated gas. You had dealing with different wars, etc. So it wasn't good. And your husband ran a hope and change. A lot of black people say, oh man, we finally got a brother running. And a lot of black people in their mind, the reason why they came out to vote for your husband, let's think about that because you're not being, Mrs. Obama, appreciative of some things that black people have done. And I have to remind you based on history. Black people seeing your husband, you and your daughters, and say, oh wow, that's a beautiful black family. It would be awesome to see, this black family in the White House. And black people felt that your husband would actually go up there and understand how we feel, okay, by being a black man, meaning, with discrimination. We're living in communities that don't have, resources, capital. Our small business can't get anything. Dealing with the race soldiers, dealing with mass incarceration, all the different things that black people deal with, the wealth gap. You understand what I'm saying? Racism itself. Black people felt that, okay, because we see this man that resembles us, speak like a black man, have a cadence of a black man, we're going to go out in the rate of 90, I think 92%, 92, 96%, somewhere around there, of the black vote went to your husband. So many black people came out to vote for your husband, Mrs. Obama, that the Republicans were so shocked at how many black people came out to vote and never seen that before in their lives. Immediately after your husband was voted in, the Republicans ran to do this voter ID thing so they could disenfranchise black voters. Understand? Because they did not ever want to see that many black people come out to vote for anything. Because they know if we come out to vote like that, whatever candidate we're focusing our attention on is going to win. Because the white vote don't decide candidates. It's the black vote. And they did not want that to happen again. So either we come out in mass to vote for someone, Mr. Obama, or even we sit at home, we still make a choice at the end of the day. We came out again and voted for your husband again. And he still did not give anything tangible to the black community. Now, the alphabet community, they love your husband because he supported them wholesale. He fought for them. Anytime one of them talked about that they felt comfortable to tell a lifestyle to somebody, your husband was picking up the phone and calling them. But he wasn't calling Lakeisha and congratulating her from graduating college and going through a hard situation, didn't have much in the community. He didn't call her celebrating her. He didn't celebrate DeAndre. He wasn't doing that, but he kept celebrating the alphabet. So much so that they fought and they got their marriage taken care of. He put a flag, their flag on the White House. That's how much he supported them. People within the brown community, they could be happy with Barack Obama because they got DACA out of him. Well, he did come in and just say, okay, I'm getting rid of this. This is the end of that. That's usually how it works with executive orders. It's so tied in that it's now going to the Supreme Court and they doing all that with DACA. Black people don't have anything of the equivalent of DACA from your husband, Mrs. Obama. We don't. Then people will say, which is a slap in the face, well, y'all didn't ask Barack Obama for anything. Why do we have to sit up there and specifically say, well, we need this, that, and the third from the first black president? Let's think about that. Seriously, think about it. Black folks' story in America tells you what we need. The whole story of us being disenfranchised and everything that we have, and we haven't had an equal playing field. That's all that you need to work on. I wouldn't have to be told what the black community needs. You mean to tell me I'm part of a community and I can't see what it needs? I have to be told by black people what the black community needs? That's stupid. And any black person go out there and say, you didn't tell Barack Obama anything. That's why he didn't do nothing. So he's not going to do nothing from a community that he was involved with. He got pictures with everybody. And nobody told him what the black community needed. He had pictures with Minister Farrakhan, and he didn't tell them what the black community needed. He was with Jesse Jackson. He was with all the top people in Chicago. You mean nobody told him what the black community needed? That's BS. And black people toward the end saw that he didn't get rid of the crime bill. Matter of fact, he put Jim Crow Joe as his vice president. He didn't do reparations. He didn't get black people out of jail. He could have got people out of jail in mass if he wanted to. He was the president of the United States. When Trump came in there, immediately Trump started doing executive orders the first day. Your husband's sitting up there waiting on Mitch McConnell to approve everything that he's doing instead of him saying, you know what, I'm writing executive orders to get Mitch McConnell. So then when Hillary Clinton ran for president, Hillary have a track record called a super predator. We know about that. Hillary was dismissive about issues too, just as much as Mrs. Obama, your husband, was dismissive about issues. Then your husband had the nerve to tell us, get out there and vote and don't let mess up my legacy, or paraphrase. Like seriously, your legacy had nothing to do with us. We got nothing. And because of your husband, if we ask for anything, what they say in this country? Well, y'all had Obama for 8 years. He didn't give y'all anything. See, white folks got Trump, and they got just about everything they wanted. They're so loyal to Trump. Look at them out there. They were inject disinfectant and drink disinfectant just so Trump mentioned it. That's how loyal they are to Trump. And black folks was just as loyal too. Like for 8 years, your husband sat there and watched us get slaughtered by the race soldiers. Ferguson happened underneath your husband. Baltimore happened underneath your husband. All situation with, all these different incidents, constant uprising after uprising after uprising happened underneath your husband. And not a single prosecutor went to jail. It took an act of Congress for the cops to even get, any type of charges. And your husband had a whole Department of Justice. The first 2 years of your husband's presidency, he had a Democrat House and Senate. And he still didn't do nothing for black people. He worried about affordable health care when we were being slaughtered in the streets. So, Mrs. Obama, I'm just trying to remind you why black folks are upset. And your husband, but thank God for your husband, though, Mrs. Obama. He woke us up. He really did politically. He woke us up. He created the new mindset that we have now, which says, if you give us nothing, we're not voting. So you can be salty or you want a lesson from that and say, okay, let's not repeat that again. Let's give black people what they need. We need our reparations, $17 trillion. We have big health disparities. We need at least 200 to 300 billion to address that, health disparities in the black community. There's a wealth gap that needs to be closed. We need billions of dollars to close that. Everything is centered back to economics for black people. and not people of color. So that's another thing. Y'all kept saying the word people of color, which is a con game. Minority, con game. White women are considered a minority, so that's a con. You don't want to say Black American or African American. You can't even approach me about anything politically if you don't say Black American or African American. You can't. Well, we're going to do this for people of color. I'm walking right off. Well, go find people of color then. It ain't me. Well, this is what we're going to do for minorities. I don't know who that is. I'm walking off. Don't disrespect me. So this is what we're going to do for Black Americans. Say that. And your husband didn't do anything for us that we could tangibly look back and say, yes, this is what he done. DACA is sticking more into the presidency of Donald Trump, and it's still stuck. We have nothing your husband has signed that has stuck for Black people. Well, we worked on discrimination with housing and this and the third. That's stuff you should have been doing. It should be equal to get housing. No, we're talking about something specifically for Black Americans. He didn't do it. So, Mr. Obama, you can't be salty and upset with Black voters. And every time your husband says something to us, he's talking down to us. He never talked down to white people. They talk all kind of crazy to him. Look how Trump come in and talking to all of them. Trump talked to them like they dogs, all of them, reporters, senators, Congress people. Your husband was scared to talk. Trump tell them like it is and how it's going to be, whether he wrong or not. I respect that about Trump, because Trump ain't no punk. Your husband come up there ducking, he the president of the United States, letting these people talk to him any kind of way. Like, really? So no, Mrs. Obama, no. You have to accept. You have to accept. Your husband failed Black America. And because your husband failed Black America is why Black voters are where they at. And Joe Biden, he's not getting the Black vote. He'll get the older Black vote, yes. But I'm talking about those who aren't older. No, because he's not giving us any tangible anything. And we expect a quid pro quo relationship. It's not that simple, Mr. Obama. I'm just trying to remind you why we feel the way we feel about voting right now, okay? Sure, you can say Trump is bad and Trump handles the coronavirus this and Trump this, Trump that, and Trump that. And some of that definitely could be true. But at times, sacrifices must be made for the greater good. And this is those times. If we give in to the Democrat Party and just give our votes, then it's just going to be the same old, same old. These people don't respect us. We have to make them respect us. They got a little act right, not even a little act right, but we got the attention in 2016. I'll say that. And if they want to keep saying, well, forget Black people, your DNC chair don't even want to mention reparations, that's fine. And we need to show him, too, what happens when you don't give reparations. You also came up with reparations, gave trillions of dollars in coronavirus with no study. So that study was a con game, too. And Black people got to see that. No, we don't need no study. We just need you to sign the dotted line and cut out the reparations check of $17 trillion. That's what we owe. You cut out coronavirus checks, and actually that'd be less checks to cut out. You just cut it out to the descendants of American slaves. So I just want to give you a little history lesson, Mrs. Obama. So don't be upset. If anything, be upset at your husband. And your husband knows he messed up. That's why he's been so quiet. That's why he don't even criticize Donald Trump, because he knows how he messed up in many ways. And he knows Trump gonna throw it right back in his face about the Black community. You know he's gonna throw it back in his face. That's why he don't say anything to Donald Trump whatsoever. So please, Mrs. Obama, can all of you guys to stop beating up on Black people? I know we are the group of people that everybody likes to pick on because we don't have the power now. I know. That's why everybody do it. You don't tell white people about they didn't vote, because white people didn't vote either. What about all them Bernie supporters that got pissed off? Why you ain't mad at them? So you're not mad at white people. You're not mad at Asians. You're not mad at Hispanics that didn't vote. You're not mad at Arabs. Nobody else, just Black people. That's wrong, don't you think? Well, leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you think about the situation with Mrs. Obama being upset, with us just still to this day, because we didn't vote her girl in Hillary Clinton. No, Mrs. Obama. Your best bet is to tell the Democrat Party, pay black people what we owe, and because we owe them for 50 years of loyalty, and let's start from there, or we just not gonna vote for y'all. Just that simple.